Hey there everybody, Shane Brick Customs back with a custom minifigure tutorial. Yes, this is the longer awaited tutorial on how to cast using silicone high quality rubber in a block mold form. So let's say you want to produce a clone helmet, this would be the method that you would use. So like I said, I'm going to be showing you the block mold form, which generally will not work for stuff that is too intricate. For example, this headpiece here is simply too intricate to be used with a block mold form. I wouldn't be able to release the actual headpiece from the silicone once it's cast. And even if I was able to do that, once I pour the plastic in to make the copy, it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't spread to all areas. There'd be large areas that unfilled with plastic. So you're going to need to use a multiple part block mold for stuff like that. But for stuff like this clone helmet here that I produced, block mold will be just fine. Now, there are two methods to do a block mold in terms of setting up the mold box. So before you can start pouring silicone, you've got to think of what you're going to pour it into. You're going to need a good mold box that isn't too big, so it doesn't use up too much excess silicone, but is large enough that you've got enough clearance on either side of the headpiece. I will talk about that a bit later. But there are two ways that I like to create a mold box, and that is, firstly, finding something that's already existent. So this right here is a nice little plastic tub, I suppose you'd call it, and it's only 60 mils, so it doesn't use too much silicone, and as you can see, it's got nice clearance in there. And of course, it's nice and flexible, so the silicone will release quite easily. Now, the second method that I like to use is using, ironically, these Lego pieces. Now, Lego pieces are good because you can build your own mold box to your desired specifications, so essentially the most efficient way of doing it. So I'm going to build one on camera quickly for you guys, and then I'll show you the various important steps that you do need to take when you're going to build your own mold box. And after we've finished building that mold box, we're going to use both of them, and we're going to put head pieces in, and I'll show you what to do from there on. So let's get building with this mold box. Okay, so we've got our mold box built here now, and as you can see, it's got some nice clearance in there from the size of the head difference. And now what we're going to do is we're going to seal it up. So the problem is with making your own mold box is that you're going to have to seal up all the different little holes in it so that the rubber silicone, once it's liquid, doesn't seep out. That's sort of your worst nightmare. So what I've got here is I've got a clear plastic plate, which is actually from an iPhone box. And or you could use maybe the cover of a CD or anything really that's a nice flat, rigid plastic generally surface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plonk the mold box onto there. And then I'm going to use just any sort of modeling clay. This is the one I've got on me right now. And I'm going to fill the little holes, the lines in the Lego, as you can see in there. And also the line at the bottom of the box, so it becomes sealed nicely to the box with this clay right here. And I'm also just using a simple tool here as well. You could use a toothpick or anything like that. Just make sure you seal up all the little holes. So I'll get going on this and talk to you guys in a couple of minutes. Okay, so we've got our head pieces here. Let's go ahead and stick them into the molds. figure headpieces in the mold boxes. So in this one here, I've got a Cellcat headpiece and a stock standard Lego headpiece. And this one here, I've got the Omfritar final cast headpiece. Of course, this one will be the final cast. So now that we've got these all ready, we just want to use some Vaseline or demold spray, which you can buy from hardware stores. And you just want to either spray the demolder in these or brush the Vaseline in these so the silicone won't stick to them or the mold box. And then once you've done that, you're essentially ready to mix your silicone and start the casting process. So this is all for part 1, guys. Please subscribe to this channel to check out part 2, which should be up in a couple of days, which is the actual silicone casting process. If you want to go check out any of my custom minifigure headpieces that I currently produce, check out my main channel, which is linked to down below in the description. If you want to purchase any of my headpieces, check out my eBay page or my blog. Links to those down below in the description as well. That's all for this one, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it and stick around for part 2.